from the Warwick region. Nice 100% wool, very warm. For today it's beautiful. I feel so comfortable today. And I'm proud of the today holidays. So many years he died. And it's also 40 anniversary of the big house for the, to be the Pope. So it's two celebrations today. Pulaski and for our John second Pope. Okay, thank you.
Poniżej można dać na te to jest powiedzmy wieszać na tym.
Ale i tak to tak ja się robię
Kraków and Łowicz.
No były
What distinguishes one from the other?
See how the flowers? There's stripes, and then the skirt is also plain with the stripes and nothing.
I got that.
Now you talk about
Our vests are also different. We have a sequins, and she got only embroidered flowers. And of course a different color.
Paulina, what's yours? Rzeszowski.
Can you talk about it?
It's a Rzeszów, my side.
So you the skirt is plain.
Yes, the skirt is plain.
And then
Jak to rzeszowskie? Fartuszek zajebisty. Musisz mi pomożesz chustę ubrać. Fartuszek zajebisty.
ładne picture jest.
Kto może wziąć zdjęcie nam zrobić?
Zróbcie nam zdjęcie na Facebooku.
Musi zawiązać na
Gdzie pani Kasia? Uciął palcem.
Gdzieś do kości.
Wszystkie hafty są pokazane. I tutaj też z tyłu masz pokazane.
Can you tell me where your costumes are from?
From Warsaw. Yeah, she had different skirts. Wyciągać. Yeah, she had different skirts. See?
That's just where I'm from because my grandma was from Białystok.
O, Białystok, ten nie.
Ja nie wiem, kto ma Białystok. Nie ma Białystok, ma Kosowo, ma jedna. Tamta ma ładne.
Ona ma
Which region in Poland? Jane? Huh? Kraków?
tylko, że jedna kolorowa.
Ja nie wiem, zrobić mojego.
Ty na środku, Dana klękaj. Dobrze jest.
1, 2, 3. Cheese.
Stay where you are.
Everybody.
Strawberry.
Thank you.
Okay.
Dzięki.
Tell us where it came from, Mike.
This is Krakow region.
Krakow region.
Do tych starych samochodów. Charlie. O, nie Charlie, Jerry. Jerry. Jerry.
Godzinę śmierci naszej Amen. Zdrowaś Maryjo, Matko Boża, módl się za nami grzesznymi, teraz i w godzinę śmierci naszej. Jezus. Święta Maryjo, Matko Boża, módl się za nami grzesznymi, teraz i w godzinę śmierci naszej. Amen. Zdrowaś Maryjo, łaskiś pełna Pan z Tobą, błogosławionaś Ty między niewiastami i błogosławiony owoc żywota Twojego Jezus. Święta Maryjo, Matko Boża, módl się za nami grzesznymi, teraz i w godzinę śmierci naszej. Amen. Zdrowaś Maryjo, łaskiś pełna Pan z Tobą, błogosławionaś Ty między niewiastami i błogosławiony owoc żywota Twojego Jezus. Święta Maryjo, Matko Boża, módl się za nami grzesznymi, teraz i w godzinę śmierci naszej. Amen. Zdrowaś Maryjo, łaskiś pełna, Pan z Tobą, błogosławionaś Ty między niewiastami, błogosławiony owoc żywota Twojego, Jezus. Święta Maryjo, Matko Boża, módl się za nami grzesznymi, teraz i w godzinę śmierci naszej. Amen. Zdrowaś Maryjo, Matko Boża, módl się za nami grzesznymi, teraz i w godzinę śmierci naszej. Zdrowaś Maryjo, łaskiś pełna, Pan z Tobą, błogosławionaś Ty między niewiastami i błogosławiony owoc żywota Twojego, Jezus. Święta Maryjo, Matko Boża, módl się za nami grzesznymi, teraz i w godzinę śmierci naszej. Amen. Zdrowaś Maryjo, łaskiś pełna, z Tobą, błogosławionaś Ty między niewiastami i błogosławiony owoc żywota Twojego, Jezus. Święta Maryjo, Matko Boża, módl się za nami grzesznymi, teraz i w godzinę śmierci naszej. Amen. Zdrowaś Maryjo, łaskiś pełna, Pan z Tobą, błogosławionaś Ty między niewiastami i błogosławiony owoc żywota Twojego, Jezus. Święta Maryjo, Matko Boża, módl się za nami grzesznymi, teraz i w godzinę śmierci naszej. Amen. Zdrowaś Maryjo, Matko Boża, między niewiastami i błogosławiony owoc żywota Twojego, Jezus. Święta Maryjo, Matko Boża, módl się za nami grzesznymi, teraz i w godzinę śmierci naszej. Amen. Ojcu i Synowi i Duchowi Świętemu, jak było na początku, teraz zawsze i na wieki wieków. Amen. Twoją obronę uciekamy się, Święta Boża Rodzicielko, naszymi prośbami raczej gardzić w potrzebach naszych, ale od wszelakich złych przygód racz nas zawsze wybawiać. Pani chwalebna i błogosławiona, Pani nasza, orędowniczko nasza, pośredniczko nasza, pocieszycielko nasza, Synem swoim nas pojednaj, Synowi swojemu nas polecaj, Twojemu Synowi nas oddawaj. Ojca i Syna i Ducha Świętego. Amen.
Zrób jasną zdjęcie, bo ładnie. A ja te róże muszę teraz. Zostawię na podniesienie tej
Pani panu zdjęcie. Because I love Pani.
Zrobisz mi z Panem zdjęcie? O, tutaj masz ten.
Coś mogę z Panem zrobić. Uwaga, zdjęcia z Panem robią.
Co, modlili się już czy no? Tak.
Może wiesz co, z góry, wiesz co, stań sobie dalej i tak z góry.
I'm going to reenact in society of orchestral gods. So who basically work for Polish-American Częstochowa Shrine, and I'm one of actually 50 reenactors here. This armor is from this early Middle Ages, 16th century basically. That's the time of Grunwald when Polish-Lithuanian forces defeated German Teutonic Knights in 1410. I studied military history in Poland. I got my master's in military history, and here I was always interested in military history. I've been collecting military items since I was a child, which was about 4 years ago, and one day they asked me if at the shrine to participate in a special event Poland for ages, so I just started collecting items, so would be basically complete basically the set for the medieval knights. So this is the armor, basically the piece which most of the items I got from different sources. Here, eBay, for instance, here, basically trade shows, or from basically the online. Yeah, this is the breastplate, the mail chain, the sword from the sky, with so-called a small sword misericordia, which means misericordia means for mercy killing. Medieval knights used to be very armed, so it was difficult basically night when hand-to-hand combat, there were actually more pieces, so there were only few pieces uncovered. So these little swords were basically were designed to find the weak spot, let's say the neck or somewhere under the armor, and just here to provide the so-called mercy killing. Yeah, this is the battle axe, which has been used also in these times. I used to have also a mace. Okay, that's for stabbing and hitting. Yeah, so you can either stab or you can hit. Okay, slash like with the axe. Yeah, the sword, I just don't want to remove from the sheath. It's also for basically slashing and stabbing. This explains misericordia. And well, basically, what I miss right now is a horse. So I just want to mention one very important thing, that the Polish knights through the ages, centuries, were wearing devotional medals on the best places. It was unique only in Polish army. Okay, here's Our Lady of Częstochowa on my armor. Okay, this was typical for Polish knights from the basically beginning of the Polish army through the centuries, even through the World War II, where Polish military were wearing small breastplates or special medallions just to protect and give the ask for protection of our Blessed Mother, Jesus. Usually it was Our Lady of Częstochowa shield on the breastplate or armor. Sometimes it was Jesus or the Holy Family. So this is a part also of the Polish medieval uniform. Always something religious, on the breastplate. And this was unique again to Poland, because Polish knights were always fighting armies and the knights and soldiers who belonged to different faiths. They fought with Muslim Turks, they fought with Protestant Swedes and Germans, they fought with Russians who belonged to Orthodox Church. So that was just uniquely Catholic, and that's what distinguished Polish knights and soldiers from our armies. Okay, always carrying Our Lady of mostly Częstochowa on the best places, and also the Polish national anthem was a religious song dedicated to Our Lady, Bogu Rodzica.
Godziny
Nie, bo oni mają...
And let the festivities begin. The Poughkeepsie 2018 Pulaski Day Parade, featuring our own City of Poughkeepsie Police, followed by the people of St. Joseph's Church, now part of St. Joseph's, St. Mary's, Our Lady of Mount Carmel, the Maria Kopechnik School of Polish Language, and the Polish Library. Here are our officials coming down now. The mayor of the city and our Polish people. Dziękuję. Our knight in shining armor, our officials, the Polish School of Mid-Hudson Valley, Polish Library, various costumes, most of them from Warsaw, some from Krakow, most from Krakow, some from Warsaw, some from other areas. Here's our Polish Navy and our people. And May Duncan, our church trustee. And
Ludzie zawsze stoją pewno. Tylko mieli tam jednego.
There's a small smoke parade.
Okay.
American community of St. Joseph's Church celebrates Pulaski Day. Wonderful.
Hello everyone and welcome to the City of Poughkeepsie General Pulaski celebration. We welcome you here to Pulaski Park. Now I would ask you all to please rise, and Karen Johnson is going to lead us in the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please remain standing. Marta Kanowska is going to lead us in the Polish national anthem.
Jeszcze Polska nie zginęła, kiedy my żyjemy. Co nam obca przemoc wzięła, szablą obierzemy. Masz do Polski, ziemię włoskiej do Polski, za Twoim przewodem złączy się z narodem. Masz do Polski, ziemię włoskiej do Polski, za Twoim przewodem złączy się z narodem. Przejdzie Wisłą, przejdzie Bratę, bądźmy Polakami. Daj nam przykład naprawdę, jak zwyciężać mamy. Masz do Polski, ziemię włoskiej do Polski, za Twoim przewodem złączy się z narodem. Masz do Polski, ziemię włoskiej do Polski, za Twoim przewodem złączy się z narodem.
Please be seated. So we come together today on this 78th anniversary of the dedication of the General Kazimierz Pulaski Park and Monument in the city of Poughkeepsie. Several years before the Mayflower came to the American shore with its cargo of pioneers, Polish settlers had already established themselves on the new continent. Before the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth Rock, Captain John Smith, amidst incredible difficulty in Jamestown, guided the settlement towards incredible success. Among those settlers were a group of Polish tradesmen hired by the Virginian Company to build up a trade with England and native Indians. The second wave of Polish immigrants consisted of a group of Polish soldiers that came to America to fight for an ideal they cherished as their own. The group included warriors of Stadiusz Kokoszko, Kazimierz Pulaski, and a legion of others less distinguished in name. Mass immigration of the Poles to this country did not take place until the late 19th century. The first waves of immigration were motivated by social and political conditions. The last influx of Polish immigrants was more the result of economic stress, dictated by the problem of a growing population, deterioration of soil in a country dependent upon its agricultural and lack of other thriving industries. It was during the latter movement that the permanent settlers predicted to be in the spring of 1888 that Poughkeepsie first saw Polish immigrants settle in our area. The 6 or 7 original settlers, like millions of their countrymen, came to the United States with anticipation of freedom and the abundance of everything which had been denied in Poland. Their hopes for opportunity to work and make a living were realized as soon as they found their way into the factories and on the railroads and farms around Poughkeepsie. It was not long before others came, and the winter of that year they saw an additional 6 Polish families in Poughkeepsie settle. Within 2 years, the Polish group increased into a thriving group of 50 families. With its growth, there arose the necessity of maintaining more intimate contact and adhesion to the memories American government in guiding them through the process of naturalization. They founded their church and local school. They settled to establish a Polish-American Citizens Club to assist citizens with naturalization. In 1929, after much support from Polish-American citizens throughout the country, President Herbert Hoover proclaimed that October 11th a national holiday in honor of the 150th anniversary of the death of General Kazimierz Pulaski. Kazimierz Pulaski was a cavalry officer born in Poland who responded to Benjamin Franklin's recruiting efforts and pleas for assistance during the Revolutionary War. He is best known for his major contributions to the U.S. military by training its officers and cavalry, and is named the father of American cavalry. He died during the Battle of 1779. The proclamation by the President sparked celebrations in every Polish community around the country. And here in the city of Poughkeepsie, a committee set to work on honoring the general in the local community took place. The Common Council of the city of Poughkeepsie named this the General Kazimierz Pulaski Park, where we stand today. They did not, however, fully satisfy the Polish community who thought that a monument should be erected. And then for 9 years, a committee of local Poles struggled to raise enough funds for the monument. Even during the Depression, people contributed their share of financial support for the cause. And then finally, on September the 8th, 1940, the monument was unveiled, and the Polish community in the city of Poughkeepsie was able to rejoice. And we come together, as they did almost 78 years ago, to remember the life and legacy and dedication of General Kazimierz Pulaski, and to the hard-working efforts of Poles who raised their families here in the greater Poughkeepsie and Dutchess County area. We continue this today with the support of the city of Poughkeepsie. And now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our mayor of the city of Poughkeepsie, Rob Rolison.
Thank you, John. And I want to acknowledge a fellow elected official, a colleague and friend from the First Ward, Chris Petsis, who was standing directly behind me. And I don't think you'll find anyone in city government who has been so passionate and dedicated to this park. And as we look over here today and we see the netting around the pool, it's because of the efforts of the city of Poughkeepsie and Community Development Block Grant money that we're spending about $300,000 right on that pool to refurbish that, because anything less for someone who dedicated his life to this country and General Pulaski certainly wouldn't be measuring up to the man that he was. And I want to thank Chris Petsis and before him John Tyzik for all that they've done for this park. You know, when you think about what's going on in this country today, this ceremony honoring a man's life couldn't come probably at a better time for all of us. And I have a proclamation I'm going to read here in just a second. But when you think about what General Pulaski and the Polish community did, coming to this country against great odds and finding a home away from their home, and all of the things and the contributions that the Polish community has made to this country makes this country part of what this world has always sought to be, a place that you can go, place that you can feel secure, in a place that you can matter. And on behalf of Rob Rollison, half Irish and half German, I want to thank you for all of that and what you continue to do, and the fact that every October we get together to remember such a great patriot. And I really want to thank John for, the history that I did not know about all of General Pulaski. The proclamation simply says that General Pulaski was the son of Count Joseph Pulaski, and he was born in Warsaw, Poland on March 6, 1745, who at the age of 15 joined his father and other members of the Polish nobility in opposing the Russian and Prussian interference in Polish affairs. Outlawed by Russia for his actions, he went to Paris, where he met Benjamin Franklin, who tried to get him to come here and support the colonies against England in the American Revolution. Now, Pulaski was impressed with the ideals of a new nation struggling to be free and volunteered his services. The key word is he volunteered his services. So in 1777, Pulaski arrived in Philadelphia, where he met another hero, General George Washington. He came to the aid of Washington's forces at Brandywine and then distinguished himself as a brilliant military tactician. For his efforts, Congress appointed him Brigadier General in charge of 4 horse brigades. At the Battle of Germantown, Pulaski's knowledge of warfare assisted General Washington and his men again in securing a victory for the American forces. He was ordered to defend Little Lake Harbor in New Jersey and Minnesink on the Delaware, and then to go to Charleston, South Carolina. Now, during the Battle of Savannah, Pulaski was mortally wounded by cannon fire. His enemies were so impressed with his bravery, they spared him the musket and carried him off the battlefield. Pulaski unfortunately died within days of being wounded in that battle at the age of 34. And the Pulaski Monument was erected in his honor at Monterey Square in Savannah, Georgia. And a statue of General Pulaski has stood in Washington, D.C. since 1910. So I can think of no fitting recognition more for his inspiring courage and the love of liberty that he showed, as we all have, to pay public tribute to General Pulaski. So now, therefore, as it says at the end, this is the technical things. I, Rob Rollison, Mayor of the City of Poughkeepsie, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the city charter, we claim today, Sunday, October 14th, 2018, as General Pulaski Day. Let's give everyone a round of applause for being here, and especially General Pulaski in his memory. I want to thank you again for coming out on a beautiful day, and we have needed beautiful days, and this is really a good one to celebrate his life, and most importantly, not to forget the sacrifices that he made so we can all be here today. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Mayor. And now our strong supporter here of the Pulaski Parade Committee, Pulaski Park, the City of Poughkeepsie, our First Ward Councilman, Chris Petzis.
Good afternoon and welcome to Pulaski Park. This is our annual parade. Looking forward to going back to the Italian Center and doing some polka dancing later. But I just want to thank the former Mayor John Tyzik for continuing this tradition for us on behalf of the City of Poughkeepsie, to our current Mayor Rollison for continuing his support. This park has come a long ways, I can tell you that, and I always, I'll keep it short, but you know, when I come to this podium, I always talk about the things we've done to improve the park, because for many, many years, this park was not getting the recognition and the attention that it needed. And so as the mayor pointed out, $300,000 going into restoring our pool here, which hundreds and thousands of young people and older people use every summer. The benches that you see along the walkway over there, 2 years ago, we installed them. This past year, we have a new trail that snakes behind the Pulaski Monument right now. That's a brand new trail that was installed by our DPW. It runs down to a basketball court. So every year we gather on this hill, but below the hill there's a lot of things for people to do and to enjoy. And unfortunately, people weren't doing them or enjoying them because they had gone down down the tubes. So we have a 4-bay tennis court system down there, and for the first time in 30 years, we have nets back up on those courts. And people are down there using them for the first time in 30 plus years. The basketball court, yeah, that deserves applause. 30 years with no nets, we finally got nets. The basketball court at the bottom of this new trail has been redone. We restriped it, we resealed it, we put new nets on, we repainted the backboards. And then next year, my goal, and I'll put it out to let you all know, is where these 2 pillars are over here behind you. There's 2 stone pillars. There used to be an old sign, an arch sign that said Pulaski Park, so that people knew where they were. And my goal is that next year, at this next dedication, Mr. Mayor, that we get that sign back up. We either find it, they said it may still be in storage somewhere. If we can't find it, we're going to raise the money to put the sign back up over there. So that's the goal for next year. And I know that we want to restore the bathhouse, and we want to continue to invest in Pulaski Park. But again, thanks for coming out. This is a very nice affair here in the First Ward. I look forward to it every year. And you know, the influence of the Polish community is still here in the First Ward. It's still here in the city of Poughkeepsie, from the architecture in our neighborhoods to the things that still exist in our neighborhoods, including Pulaski Park. The Polish influence is still here and alive, and today proves it. Thank you.
And now, representing the Maria Kopnicka School of Polish Language, Paulina Serowiec.
Good morning. Dzień dobry. As every year right before the parade in Poughkeepsie, I do have an honor to represent the Maria Konopnicka School of Polish Language at the Teachers and PTO's ball. This year the ball was in Trenton, New Jersey, and every year we do have an award. An award for one of the teachers from our school and one of the members from the PTO. So the Teachers Award. Znakomitym nauczycielem jest dopiero ten, kto umie nauczyć nawet tego, czego sam nie wie. Tadeusz Katarbiński. Dyplom dla Magdaleny Morandy, nauczycielki Szkoły Języka Polskiego imienia Marii Konopnickiej w Poughkeepsie. W dowód uznania dla umiejętności pedagogicznych oraz za szczególne osiągnięcia w pracy dydaktyczno-wychowawczej przyznaje prezes Centrali Szkół Polonijnych Dorota Andraka. Pani Magdaleny dzisiaj z nami nie ma, ale gratulujemy. Chciałam to przekazać wszystkim w dowód uznania. Skoro tylko rozumiemy, że tajemnica szczęścia tkwi nie tylko w posiadaniu, lecz w dawaniu, staniemy się, czyniąc innych szczęśliwymi, sami szczęśliwi. Andrzej Clyde. Dyplom dla Lucyny Klus. W dowód uznania za wkład w pracy w działalności Komitetu Rodzicielskiego Szkoły Języka Polskiego imienia Marii Konopnickiej w Poughkeepsie przekazuje prezes Centrali Polskich Szkół Dokształcających dla Lucyny Klus. Gratuluję, obie panie bardzo ciężko pracują dla naszej szkoły. Korzystając z okazji, wszystkich państwa zapraszam na obchody 50-lecia naszej szkoły, które odbędą się w maju, 18 maja 2019 roku. I would like to invite officially the mayor to our 50th year anniversary ball, which is going to be on May 18. I already spoke with Mayor. He agreed that he's going to join us. Thank you so much. Dziękuję wszystkim za przybycie. Życzę miłej niedzieli.
And now we'll have the students from Maria Kopnicka School of Polish Language present the flowers to the monument of General Kazimierz Pulaski. Please stand.
John Cashman, Pulaski, father of American cavalry, Polish patriot, who fought for American independence, mortally wounded, Savannah, Georgia, October 11, 1779.
Sponsors that make this event possible. Obviously, the City of Poughkeepsie, M&T Bank, Rose & Kiernan Insurance, for all of their support for helping us make this event possible. I'd like to thank all the members of the Hudson Valley Polish American community, the Maria Kopnicka School of Polish Language, the Polish Library, the members of the former St. Joseph's Church, the new members of the St. Mary, St. Joseph, and Our Lady of Mount Carmel Church, all the former members of the Polish American Citizens Club of Poughkeepsie, to the men and women of the City of Poughkeepsie Police Department. Let's give them a big round of applause. And of course, to the men and women of the Department of Public Works that maintain our parks and set up this festival for us every year. Thank you so much. And I'd like to thank, of course, my beautiful fiancée, Sarah Fuller, who less than 60 days will be my wife, will be married. So we invite everyone to join us at the Italian Center for a reception. And now I hear that there's a soccer game today, and it's Poland versus Italy, and we're having this at the Italian Center. You told me it was a tie the last time, the match, right? I'm not going to take sides. Neither is the mayor or the councilman, because we need everyone's vote, right? All right. So thank you. Have a beautiful day. Dziękuję. And now we're going to join in singing God Bless America together.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.